That gets, there you go. We got it.
There it is. Recording in progress. So welcome back to another masterclass around social media. And today we're going to talk about talking head videos. And what I like about the talking head videos is being able to use just different articles that are out there for maybe a little bit of inspiration, maybe for a little bit of validity, maybe just like something to have people look in the background and actually kind of see what I'm looking at. And so if you were to go into my Instagram account, we'll look at that here in a minute, but this is primarily the only thing that I am doing on Instagram. And you can actually see a lot of other influencers that are doing this kind of thing. So whether it's Ryan Serhant, he's doing some of these pieces, a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk, like we are seeing this tactic used more and more and more. And I think the biggest piece is like, depending on where you're getting your information from, like these are the current topics that matter. So real quick, this is how I do this. This is how I lay mine out. Every day, for the most part, at least all last month, I went through and I decided that I was going to do one talking head video a day. And I think when we start thinking about this kind of content, a lot of people get overwhelmed and they're like, where am I going to get the content from? And I don't think that I have the time for it. And we'll talk about all those different things. But there's a couple sites that I like to look at. So one of them is RIS Media. So rismedia.com, right? That's one of the places. And I can go through. If I scroll down a little bit on here, it says sell, stay, or remodel. Survey says homeowners doing the latter. So it looks like most people are doing remodels right now, according to this article. And you can see that this was created today. How does a reverse mortgage work? South Florida market makes big gains in Q1 2023. White Hart recognized by Franchise Business Review. I'm probably not talking about them. Las Vegas Linderidge affiliate adds 32 agents. Probably not super exciting for me to talk about either. But like, if we keep going through, like, here are some articles. The other one I'm looking at is NAR, latest news. And so like, if I were to go up and just go to NAR and then go to news and events and then go to latest news button, it's going to take me here. And existing home sales slid 2.4% in March. Not a whole lot of exciting extra things that are in there, but let's look, see what else we have. NAR report finds declining commercial property purchases by the marijuana industry. You know, that maybe that's something that I want to talk about on my feed. I don't know. Middle income homeowners gained more than $120,000 in wealth over the past decade from home appreciation, according to NAR. Like, that's actually a pretty exciting article that maybe I'm going to put out there and talking about why you need home ownership to be able to gain wealth as an American, right? Like, as I'm going through and doing these different things, like that is something that I can pull from. So going through, I like Inman. So Inman's a pay to play service. So I'm not recommending anyone that doesn't have this to do this, but this is also where I'm getting some of my information, not a whole lot of it, because it's mostly aimed at agents. Housing Wire. Housing Wire has some great things. If I look at Housing Wire, we got latest news, trending news, mortgage rate center, just some sponsored content, some opinions, more of the real estate market, research. Like, I can go through and they have a ton of stuff. And actually, this is where I get a lot of my info from, is Housing Wire. And the best thing that we can do, we can just Google real estate and then go to the news section. And here are the latest articles, right? Like, if I'm going through, Blackstone is the latest victim of weakening commercial real estate market. Blackstone again. Okay, cool. Something about Bill Gates' 26-year-old daughter paid $51 million for this penthouse. Good for her. Yeah, I'm probably not going to talk about this dates, Diana list, Miami. 10 most expensive homes sold in Essex, probably nothing. Buyers will deal with higher interest rates. I'm probably not going to talk about that. Real estate agents face a reckoning. No, like, but I can go through here and I can find something, you know, that looks like it might make sense. First Bitcoin real estate marketplace launches through Coinbase integration. Like, that might be interesting to talk about. So anyway, so this is what I'm doing. So I'm going to actually land back on this one from NAR. And what I would do is, how I set this thing up is I click on the NAR article. And honestly, guys, I don't care what it says. Like, it does not matter to me what the content of this article is, because at the end of the day, they're not going to see the article. This is just me talking about it. right? So I'm going through and literally this is what it looks like. So I'm going to show my next screen. And if I can move this, here's nothing because you guys can't see that. So here's my notes. What I go to is I go to this piece right here, and I just have this running screen of just content that I've written. And so there's a couple of them, but if I were to go back, this is what I do. I'm going to go back and forth, so don't get dizzy here. I go back
That's in
and
your
let's go
notes on your
to,
computer?
yeah, I just have it in my notes in my computer. Yeah. So what I do is I go through here and I grab this because that's the news article. So I highlight and then I go back through and I paste it into my notes. And so I'm going in here, I'm just pasting it in there. And I don't care how it formats because it's only going to format one way on Instagram. I can put, what I like about this is if you want to throw emojis or you want to put hashtags or you want to kind of put some indentations in the paragraphs, like this is where this is good because Instagram doesn't allow you to do those things very easily on their platform. So I build it in here for that reason. So I'm grabbing this. And then I'm going back in here. It says data shows substantial variations. Okay, cool. But here are the key highlights. Maybe I just want to go in and grab these key highlights right here. It says low income homeowners built $98,000 and upper income households built $150K from appreciation in 2012. Awesome. If you bought a home and have lived in it since 2012, your net worth as someone that bought into a lower price home has increased by $100,000. Black homeowners experienced the smallest wealth gain among the racial ethnic groups, but were able to accumulate more than $115,000 of wealth in the last decade. Homeowners who benefited from home price appreciation in the last decade were able to drop their debt by 21%. Like, cool. So I like all that. I'm going to copy it. And again, I'm just adding it into my notes here. So that may or may not populate the way that I wanted to, but I'm okay with it. Then I always end it with something like, what I am gathering out of this information is that you need to start the journey, right? Like I'm doing something. This market, with interest rates, right? So I'm probably talking about interest rates or something. Is a roller coaster and you need to get in, right? Like, and I'm just talking, I'm putting my thoughts in now. So I'm stealing the title, I'm stealing a couple lines out of the article, and then I'm going through and I'm putting my final thoughts on it. Whatever my final thoughts are, it doesn't matter what yours are, but it should be something that you're pushing to. If you want to put hashtags in there, feel free. I'm not a hashtag person. I have never used a hashtag in a single one of my talking head videos, but that doesn't mean it's right or wrong or indifferent. I just don't do it. So that's how I'm creating this thing.
I got sick of trying to figure them all out.
Yeah.
I just didn't see where it was getting me anywhere.
Yeah. And so I just don't do it. So then that's my layup. So that's how I start this thing. Now what I do is I go through and I jump into Instagram. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. And then I grab the now I go back in here and I grab this. So I copy the headline. And if you're doing this from a MacBook, it's a lot simpler, but I do it from Mac and then I go back into Instagram. So let me show you.
Are you on Instagram on your phone or on the computer?
I'm on my phone. I just do everything from the computer because I'm on Mac. So it just kind of goes back and forth. It's pretty simple that way. So I cheat a little bit. You might have just an iPhone.
Hang on, just when you say you do it on your MacBook, are you pulling up Instagram and doing something or?
No, I do my research from my MacBook, but you don't need to do it like that. You could you could do your research from your computer and then email it all to you, you could absolutely
Oh,
do that
okay.
and grab it from here. So
Got it.
that would probably be my fix. So now what I do is I have my URL and then I paste it and I go.
Oh,
Perfect. So now you're looking at my phone. You can do one of two things.
gotcha.
You can, if you're an Android user, you're on your own. I can't help you. But if you're not an Android user and you're an iPhone user, one of the things you could do is you could screen record. Oh, it won't allow me because we're doing this, but you could screen record and then just kind of scroll, and your background will be moving behind you. So you could do this, and all we're doing is saving a photo. If you don't want to screen record and you just want to snap a shot, like I just snapped the shot, you can see that, and this is going to be my background. So either do the screen recording and make the moving screen your background, or you can just screenshot the photo and have the photo be your background. So now I'm going into my Instagram app and I have clicked the bottom right photo of myself and I'm back over here, right? You can see like this is all I do is talking head videos. Like it's just me with something behind me and I am just talking. So I go through and I'm here and then I go to my top button over here and I go to reel. I'm creating a reel. And so I'm going to go to the top left, right? So we're on that. I went to the top left. I went to the new piece. And you can see right here that since I click on this, I get these abilities to do different things. So if you didn't see that, it's just this button right here at the top right-hand corner. It asks you what you want to do. And I just tell it, I want green screen. So this is the picture of the green screen. And I go change background and it has some different scenes that I could use. But I go to my camera roll and I picked the background that I want, right? So you guys all saw that. That's the photo that I'm using. I'm going to turn sideways because I got more of a blank wall behind me. This is a green screen that lives in Canva or in Instagram. So you don't even have to download another product. Like it's right here, like you have it. So then I'm going through and I'm going to move out of the way because I want just a blank wall. I find a blank wall, and while you guys can't see me, I'm just on a blank wall right now. And you can see that the green screen works pretty well. Like if I'm moving and stuff, like it might pick up a little bit of my movement. But then I'm just going through and I'm talking about this. And I'm just going to wing it here. So give me some grace, but this is what it might look like. All right. So middle income homeowners gained more than $120,000 in wealth over the past decade from home appreciation, according to NAR. And so if I'm looking at this as a buyer in 2023, now is your time. I understand that interest rates are fluctuating, but if anything that historic data has shown us is that you need to at least buy a house. And if you buy a home, you're going to have appreciation. We have seen appreciation at 4% year over year historically. What does $120,000 do for you and your family? Even if it's a starter home, you'll be able to use that income. You'll be able to use that equity that you have built over the years to buy another home. Think about it. 2023 is a great time to buy. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Right? And so there it is. There's the first piece. So we just went through, you just saw how simple that was. And there's going to be times where I do trip over. And this is the thing, guys, don't worry about if you're stuttering a little bit. It's real, it's organic. So what I'm going to show you, there's going to be some talking over it. So give me some grace here. I'm going to go back and I'm going to just try to silence this. So we know from the other day, if I go through, it's going to get weird. So let's go back. I'm going to go to controls. I'm going to turn down my volume. Okay, cool. So now the volume's down and I'm still talking. I'm gonna go to the top right corner and I'm gonna click on that, that photo of the sticky note. I'm gonna go to captions. And there's no captions found because it can't hear me talking. But what it would do is if it could hear me talking, it would put in the captions, right? So if I were to do this, and let's just turn the volume maybe a little bit.
So
Go ahead.
I can get to reel, but I'm not getting to a point where I see a green screen option. Where am I missing this?
You gotta put the photo up.
Say,
You gotta
say,
pull something, you gotta pull something up. You gotta have something on the screen, I think, don't you? Like your photo or your, what's behind Charles?
No, you're saying that you can't find the actual filter to create that.
yeah.
Is that what you're saying? We can troubleshoot that here in a second. We'll play with it,
Okay.
but it's just an effect. There should be a button called effects on your screen, and the effects button is what does that. So there's that piece there. I'm putting the captions in. I'm also picking music. You can see that it's actually basing it off of, you see that For You. This is based off of it. It knows that I like instrumental. So I'm going through it, and I'm going to maybe listen to the music a little bit, but like, here's this one. This one has 82.3 thousand reels that are associated with it. Cool. Like, I'm down with that. Like, I'm not even listening a whole lot to it. And then I go back to controls. I turn up my camera volume and I turn down the music. So I want background music. I need to turn my camera volume all the way up. And then I turn this music down just so that it can hear over me. That's all I'm trying to do. I want the music to be able to be going, but I want it to hear me talk more than the music, and I hit done. Then I shrink out of that. So those are the big pieces. I create the captions. Captions aren't on because I keep turning down the volume and it's confusing it. So the captions are gone. But I put the captions on, I put the music in, and then I hit next. So then I go through, and I told you that I create everything in my notepad. So I'm going to go back to notes, which you can't see. And I grab my notes section. And then perfect. So then I go through and I just paste it. So you saw that I just pasted in. If you do this from your email, that works too. And so I grab it and I paste it in there. I go through and I edit the cover, right? So I typically, whatever you want it, and you're gonna see verbiage or whatever, but you can pick any of these things, or you can go through and just say add from camera roll, and maybe you just want this, right? You just want the main photo that you put in there. So you can do any of these different things. I'm gonna hit cancel. And I'm going to go through, and then I tag people. Again, guys, I can't recommend this enough. If you have a business page, tag your business page. Always, always, always tag the brokerage, because when people are searching for the brokerage, they're going to see your stuff as well, which is hugely important. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to hit done. And so now I have started to go through here, and then pick your place. If you want Arvada, I don't pick the brokerage for my location. I pick Arvada. You could do just Denver, Colorado. You could just do Colorado, right? And so we're just putting it up there because people search geotags. So your geotag is very important as well. So pick your geotag. I'll just say Colorado for now. And I see this, it says allow, recommend on Facebook. Yes, if this thing goes viral, I want it to land on Facebook. And this doesn't mean that it's going to your Facebook page. This just means that if it's moving enough, that Facebook is going to put it in front of other people to see it, which is cool. So I'm going through and I'm creating that as well. You do have advanced settings. So if you do want to go schedule this for a later time, go ahead. If you want to hide your likes and plays, you could do that. Show captions. I don't put the show captions because I force it in there. So the show captions would be at the very bottom and it would just kind of run through it. I want my captions on there. And I always want the highest quality video out there because I need all the help I can get. So touch me up as best as you can. And so that's how we're building this thing. Then I just hit share. I'm not going to share this one, even though I guess I could in the grand scheme of things. But that's how we're going to put this out there. That is the talking head video. Super simple, going through, guys. And then I'm just going to, I'll save the draft, why not? All right, so we're looking at this thing. You should have some kind of effects button. You see me click on that? You click on these 3 stars.
Yep.
And then if you want, just type in green screen.
Yep, found it. There we go.
Perfect. And you pick the green screen and it does that. And I click on it again. And again, you want to be on a wall, a blank wall. You see, when I'm on something weird, it finds the weird thing. So
Yeah.
get onto a pretty blank wall and it works very, very well for you. And then change background, camera roll. And again, that's what I'm doing. I'm going with NAR. And then I can talk. And then you see if I move myself around, like it actually like pulls me off of the thing as well. So I like this one. There's a couple different green screens. Like if you click it, like it'll push it back, push it forward. Like it does different stuff for you. You could also go through and go dual camera, right? There's tons of different pieces that you could do. You could do a talking head video, just kind of walk around, be like, oh, there's Elizabeth with her baby, right? Tons of different things you guys can do. Uh-oh.
Did you make her cry
And
again?
no, I haven't made her cry.
Who's
Not today,
crying?
at least. I don't think anyone's crying.
Okay.
Oh, it's just music. So you guys can see, like, if you look through this, my one from yesterday, there's 163 views, 133, 200, 159, 229, right? There's 1,300 views,
Do you
400,
have any
600.
stalkers yet?
No, that doesn't happen to dudes as much. Sorry, ladies. Like, we don't get
think they
people.
would.
Yeah, I mean, like my trainer has told me like some weirdness has like slid into his DMs in the past, but I can't say that happens to me. Like I'm pretty, I don't know. But yes, so guys, like this is it. There's 2,000, and if you were to watch any of these, I stutter in them. I trip over my words in them. I repeat myself. We're not looking to go get like there's 92 views. We're not worried about the perfection. We're just worried about getting the content out there. And just continue to push it. And the more you push it, the more rewarded you're going to get by Instagram. Like I can see, like, let's look at my first, like some of these were silly. My first one actually had 2,000 views, which I'm actually pretty shocked about. Like my first like real talking head video where I used my background with the news article. It was a 2-1 buy down when it was just breaking headlines. So people were interested. You can see 300, 400, 600. You can see that it's changed as well. Before I was sitting in a chair with my tripod and I just hit start and go. And then you can actually see like as it progresses, right? You can see both hands. It's just starting and going, like I'm in a chair. Then it started to change eventually. Where do we get? Well, about like here-ish. You can see that I'm at an angle because I'm holding it now. You can see that I've actually gone and I'm doing more of a talking to the camera instead of more of a curated content. And again, like what you will notice is this, you'll notice what shirts you wear all the time. When you start doing this, you're like, oh, awesome. Like I wear the same clothes. Like that 80-20 Pareto's principle, it also applies to your clothing. And you'll notice that you wear 20% or 20% of your clothing 80% of the time, which is kind of interesting to think about. What questions can I answer for you guys?
So are you just you're screenshotting the article and then using that as your background? You're just taking a quick snapshot out of that? Okay.
Yeah, and it's just cleaner, I think, right? It's not like in my messy background or it's not on like a weird blank wall. I just like it for a visual. I don't know if the algorithm truly pulls what's happening behind me or not. I mean, there's probably a little bit of that happening, but not a whole lot. I really just I think it's a cleaner view of what's happening. What other questions?
And then how did we get to the captions portion? I got the green screen, but I think I was playing with that when you were talking about captions.
Yeah, absolutely. So if I were to go back, I'll just edit this one. No, it won't let me edit it because I went so far. Hold on.
No. How do I?
So if I'm here and I record my whatever, just recording for the sake of recording, this is what it looks like. All right. So then I go to next. Then at the very top, I click on this sticky note, and I click caption.
Can you go back? What does the sticky note look like? See, I'm
It's
on
this
Android.
face.
I'm not sure. Oh, it's the face. Hmm.
Yeah, it's a face looking thing.
Hmm.
And that's all it's doing.
So I can get the green screen now. I can get the background set, but now I can't record the video. What is this? Let me see if I can do. No, that just takes that off. Oh, this.
What's happening? What's happening, Diane?
I can get the setup. I can get to the point where I've got the green screen, I've got a background, but now I can't record the video.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
So what you're saying is you are here-ish somewhere, right? Like you're,
yep.
and
there.
do you have that button still? Do you have the green button?
I still have the green button.
Click it.
Oh, okay.
Hey, this is the thing.
Okay,
I'm
it's
glad you
okay,
asked the
you're
question.
fine.
Maybe, yeah, this is for you guys, right? This is the thing. These were why we did these as master classes. These are to show you how to do it and to walk you and troubleshoot it, right? Like this is the point.
All right. Nobody be telling people.
I would like to go way, way, way back and tell me where you found screen recorder.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh.
another one. Oh, it's on the widgets. It's got to be on the widgets somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know if
Fine.
it's going to allow me to show you. So hold on. We're going to probably have to do this differently. So let me exit out of this because it's not going to allow me
I
to do
looked
it
it
that
up
way.
and they tell me it's right there, but it's not on my screen.
Are
I
you
don't
have
even know
an
how to get to
Apple
that
phone?
screen. Huh?
You're an Apple? You're an
Yeah.
Apple? Perfect.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yep.
Top right. Pull it down.
Oh,
And then there's the screen record button.
yeah, I don't
It
have a
says
screen
circle.
record.
Hang on. no.
Okay, that's fine. So let's go to
Now I have to
let's
get
go
it,
to your
right?
settings. Yep, you have to go get
Yeah.
it. So you go to settings and
Okay.
then you go to control center and then you just add it.
Yeah, I got it now. Okay.
Cool. And that's how I do it. So then I just do the screen record. So if you want it moving in the background, and this is the thing, you can even highlight some of the words if you want to do something. And guys, this is the thing. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. You could do like a virtual Zillow tour, right? Like where
Yeah,
you're just showing some property and it's going in the background behind you, or even through your KW app, and you can just talk about it.
I was just showing somebody a hoarder house that Sarah has. I took one of an investor over there today, and I should have videotaped. I should have videotaped that house.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah, guys, there's a ton of stuff. I like this approach. I think this is probably one of
like
the
it.
simplest approaches that you can do. You're just using the news article and you don't even, I mean, you can steal some stuff. Like there's every once in a while, I'll take some of the content from it. If I need the statistic that they're doing, because I think that there's power behind it, like I'll just keep the statistic on my computer and I'll just hold my phone and I'll just keep it to where I can see it pretty simply. And I'll read the statistic. And even if your eye glances over a little bit, they're okay with that. You're just reporting the news. You are the real estate economist. You are using data from somewhere and reporting back on it. It's totally okay. And I can tell you guys, I've had my buddies reach out that live in other states. Like I literally, this is one of the texts. So hold on, I'm going to read this to you guys. This is off script. But one of my buddies, she reached out to me. She lives in another state right now. She goes, I love watching your Insta videos because it makes me so proud of my friends for what badasses they have become. And she says, hey, I miss you, right? Like, and so your people are seeing this. They might not be liking it. They might not be commenting on it, but they see it. And even like, I'll go to the birthday parties, right? I'll go to my buddy's kids' birthday parties, and the parents that I grew up with, they're asking me they're saying, hey, I saw your content. What do you think's happening in the market? They're not liking, they're not commenting, but they see it. This is background noise. We are doing this so when we can't be face to face with them or voice to voice, that they are seeing us and they are associating us with real estate. Like that is all we are doing with this. So what else do we have, guys?
I'm good.
Awesome.
That was good. That was good.
That-
All right, let's create some of those. I need more points against Bria. Remember, this is a competition for who has the most created content at the end of all this. And so, and I said, I'm coming big, Bria. Like, you don't want to mess with me. I'm bringing up the good stuff. So, have a good rest of your day, guys. If there's
All right,
anything I can help
bye.
you with, please just let me know. Let's keep crushing it on social media. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.